confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Washington Huskies, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Washington will kick off as this one gets started. From inside the 10, here he comes. So Nebraska's offense will go on the attack first. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week, and watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick, the ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will, a really nice day, and I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game, maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
On third down, he drops to throw. Makes the catch. Oh, he's got some space. We've seen this from this sophomore. So dangerous after he makes the grab.
Well, you love to see this on the first drive of the game, right? Third down, go back to the old faithful, the slant pass, something you put in on day one install back in spring practice. Executed perfectly, keep this drive alive.
The Cornhuskers will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Complete to the left. Turning on the Jets. And he rollers into the end zone. Touchdown, Husker!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Huskies offense will have its first possession of the game. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollack, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But, like, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the quarterback, affect him. The bottom line is every quarterback becomes really human when you hit him. Can he hit him and make him human?
Really nice looking pinpoint throw there. And when I think back to Husky QBs, you think about Warren Moon, you think about Mark Brunell, the Heward brothers. What about Jake Browning? All made really good decisions. This guy, he's got a lot of arm talent, but he's also very smart.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
They give it to him again. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. And the Huskies are marching down the field. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Back to pass. Setting up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Man, those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical.
Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
Well, the gamble pays off offensively. 4th down, being aggressive, and they throw for it. How about the job the receiver does winning his route and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football?
The lone back's got it. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 1st down. The Huskies love these backs that can churn up yardage like a Corey Dillon and Napoleon Kaufman used to do.
Just guys that you can depend on, guys you can hand it to and know you're going to get really, really good production. Then what does that do? It opens up the whole offense, gets everybody jacked up in the Pacific Northwest.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Last time they had it, they were backed up in their own end, marched right down the field and scored, and now they'll try to do that once again. They'll snap it from the 10 for the first play of this drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Knight. There he goes. Inside the 50. Past the 30. Past the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Grabbed over the middle. It's Coffey. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They say success rate can be picking up about 4 or so on first down, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the middle. The receiver was doubled and they picked it off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Fires to the tight end.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
And the Huskers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The play action fake. Fires to the wideout. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on 3rd down, forcing...
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football.
Never had a chance. What coverage to get down there and knock him down inside the 10. First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They'll try to get it through the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Coffee. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. We've reached a break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. And we've reached the end of 1. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. First play of the period, 1st down here. Wants to go up top on 1st down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Intercepted. Looking for more room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
They'll put it in play from the 27, 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. That's caught. It's Bland.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands. Get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
From the gun, running back on the move. They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Balls at the 18. The Huskers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. He'll go to the sneak. I'm not sure this was ever a real decision. They'll go for it on 4th and inches. Trying to keep this drive alive. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down.
Nice job by the defense on fourth down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that fourth down play. Really good job by this defense.
Catch in the middle. It's Harper. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
They'll leave it with him. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30. Let's talk for just a second about Washington. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, you've been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in the ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different looks. It's going to be tough for this offense to try to keep their quarterback standing up straight.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Past the first down marker and still running. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. How aggressive will they get on 1st and 10? Looking to throw on first down. Right down the middle. He makes the catch. Good pickup there as he gets the first down. They'll mark him at the 48. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Cornhuskers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Bland. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Huskers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Pulls it and fires to the left. Breaks into the open. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
Let's not overcomplicate things. My guy is better than all of your guys. No matter how I give it to him, I'm going to keep feeding. That's over 150 yards now. What a day for this wide receiver.
They're looking to pass from the red zone, using the quick game. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Touchdown, Nebraska! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And it's so underrated, the relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Mountain West. Air Force is currently ahead in this one, but they may need to rev up an F-16 if they want to turn this into a blowout today. They're up by a field goal over Nevada. Just another week in the Mountain West where the only constant is chaos, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Looking to throw on first down. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
This is down, but a good gain on that play. The Huskies with a second and short to keep this drive to cut into this lead. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking to fire. Quickly complete. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Big third down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. Gets it out fast. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be first and goal. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right. And maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They'll dial up the run on first and goal. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's second and goal. Tight end now in motion. Got it back on second and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Huskies.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive. Turning it on! Touchdown, Huskers! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
They call it the option because there's so many options on the play. There's so many things they can do. The defense did a good job taking away the quarterback, but man, they lost track of the running back. Great blocking. Running back takes it all the way for the huge touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point was good to finish things off. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit.
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Makes the grab. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. The Huskers are threatening in the red zone. Looking downfield on first down. And he goes there. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Going to swing it on second down. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! Quick strike through the air for the score. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. They say there's no more loyal fan base than the one at Nebraska. Well, this guy is becoming their hero with this performance.
And Nebraska fans have a special place in their heart for a quarterback that can run it, that can throw it, show you all the dimensions of their game because they've had so many great ones in the past. And this guy, he looks like the future.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll give it to the back. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. It's complete to the right. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half is the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete on the right side. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense.
Oh, he's got some space. Running inside the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Husky.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd.
Washington, 21.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Their lead down to 2 touchdowns as they go back to work on this drive. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Crosses the 30 to the 31 on a 6-yard pickup.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They go right back to him. He's got it out to the 37 after gaining 5.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Knight. At the 45 on his way. Running through contact. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Nebraska.
And this This offense picks up right where it left off, scoring points, creating a big play. First drive of the second half, no problem. Don't worry about halftime adjustments. Just keep doing what you've been doing.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner goes down. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34. And the Huskies can really attack on this second and short. Back to pass. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Caught near the sticks. It's Owens. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. A full dive to haul that one in.
Offside defense.
The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. The give out of the gun. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. Washington wants to go quickly. They'll go to the air on second and short. Caught in the backfield, it's Owens. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They bring him down, but not only does he recover the fumble, he gets the first down.
Yeah, what a big play for the offense. Offense, you get close to that goal line, man. The eyes get big. I'm going to make sure I get in the end zone. And you lose concentration for 1 little second. The defense continues to fight, continues to hustle, and you have a bad turnover when you had a ball in position to score some daggum points.
Coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Washington comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Washington! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And they pay off the drive with a touchdown run, but what a drive. Almost the full length of the field, 98 yards. That's how you put a drive together when you're backed up on your own 2-yard line and get 6.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Their lead now down to 14. Might feel a little game pressure on this drive. Starts a drive trying to go up top. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. How many problems does it cause for an offense when the D can get pressure from its nose tackle?
He's usually a guy that sits in the middle in 2 gaps, and it's really hard to rush the passer, but really nice job using his hands, getting to the quarterback. When a nose tackle gets a sack, everybody gets excited because that guy doesn't get many of those.
The Cornhuskers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
It'll be 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And the Huskers will punt this one away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Now on the return. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. First step of this drive comes from their own 44. Wants to go up top on first down. Quick completion on the out route. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Takes a handoff. It's high. And a decent game there before the defense makes the stop.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
On the move. Got enough for the first down and wants more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Washington coming to the line with another first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Just a short pass to the tight end. He'll be out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 24. The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. To the ground to try to pick up the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Huskies back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Going to the run. It's Owens. They knock him down behind the line, and the defense finishing this 3rd quarter in style. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle, it's Coffee. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Washington right back to the line. Offense changing the play. The snap sets up to throw. Touchdown, Huskies! Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
from inside his own 10. And the ball's free deep in his own territory. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they get the ball right back.
Man, this kickoff coverage team, they just get to the ball carrier. They are flying around. They're beating their blocks. And the ability to create a turnover on a special teams play like this, and that is massive. And now it sets them up in great field position.
Fights off the defender. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Going to work on some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Back to pass on second down. Finds his big tight end. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Quarterback may change this route. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. So the fourth down call works out for them as they try to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, that play, Reese, is going to give them a lot of confidence. Here they are. They're trying to scrape and claw themselves back into this one and take the lead. They needed that play.
He wants to throw it again. Touchdown, Washington! Fit it in the window for the score.
How about the day for this young fella? 3 receiving touchdowns. Hey, defense, that guy's good. We might want to do something about it. Let's send 2 at him. Let's send 3 at him. We can't let this guy continue to beat us time and time again.
The extra point here would tie the game. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, a couple of Mountain West teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. Air Force is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Colorado Springs, one of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. They're trailing by just 4 to Nevada. The Mountain West likes to keep things interesting, and we'll circle back if anything big happens. Gentlemen?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. There he goes. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. A They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Right on the money. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
Well, this quarterback now has over 400 yards passing. To do that, you have to have weapons catching the ball. You've seen that in this offense all game long. There are some dangerous playmakers in the perimeter.
The Huskers have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his tight end. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this 1st down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Husker! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
That defenses have to play responsibility football. And you can tell they had the quarterback, but how about the running back? They didn't even play it off the pitch, and he takes full advantage. They constantly put this kind of stress on you with this option, and the defense, they were not where they were supposed to be, and they give up the explosive touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to throw on 1st down. They're working that left side. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. And the Huskies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Off play action. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. That kind of play will put a jolt into a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 40. Looking for space. It's high. He has the 1st and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Washington wants to go quickly.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a 1st down. Oh, and here they go again. 1st down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Fires to the middle. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
3rd down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. From the gun, wants to pass. Working that left side. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. And a big opportunity for this offense to tie the game up in the 4th with a touchdown. Trying to pound their way in. Touchdown, Huskies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. I mean, you better bring your big boy pads if you're going to play in this one.
Big boy pads, big boy helmet, big boy underwear. You better bring great teams. We talked about it all week. Mirror images, going at it. Who's going to make the plays late to take this over the top?
Setting up for the extra point and the top. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. 22. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to fire deep. He's got it down the left side. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. Whole situation changed after that last big play. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 39. The inside handoff. Picks up the first down, still moving. Breaks into the open. He smashes his way through again. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. Off play action on first down. Here's a heat. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move.
Doesn't it always seem like that ball is on the ground for like 30 seconds? You got 17 guys running at it in slow motion. Like, I got to get the football. Offense, very lucky to get that football back.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Under fire. Pulls it in. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And that is perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains all the way down the field. The clock is your friend. You don't want to give up big plays. Don't want to give up those first downs, and just make that clock run.
He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. They're celebrating on the sideline after taking the lead, but still time on the clock.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. And if you list the priorities here, Jesse, first thing, get your kicker into his comfort zone.
It's a balance here between being conservative and being aggressive. You know that a field goal obviously puts you in a position to win this game, but, David, I don't hate being aggressive here either.
No, I'm going to be aggressive. I'm not leaving it up to my kicker if I have a choice. I trust my offense. I make the plays I know I can make. I watch the clock, but I stay aggressive.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Caught over the middle. It's Coffee.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field. But you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your 2nd and 3rd read some, but we've got to...
He hurls one deep down the left side. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. This quarterback happy enough to take a knee and head to the locker room, but the defense still does have a couple of timeouts if they want to use them. They get the W, and with that being win number 6,